When you think about a trip to the bank, it's usually just an errand. You're in, you're out.
Just a transaction.
Exactly. But we got a hold of this new operational guide, the Sentinel at the window, and it completely shatters that whole idea.
It's pretty intense. This guide is for security teams, prepping them for what's coming in 2025, 2026. And it argues the teller isn't just a teller.
No, they're calling them frontline risk analysts.
And human firewalls, that's the term they use. They're standing between the bank's assets and, honestly, transnational crime.
Which you see when you look at how fraud is being industrialized now. Mm-hmm. This isn't one person in a mask anymore. It's an operation.
A whole system. You have the handler outside, in a car, watching, and they send in the walker.
And the profile on the walker is, well, it's tragic.
It really is. These are often coerced individuals, people who are homeless or struggling with addiction. They're seen as disposable.
They get a clean shirt, a haircut, a script to read, and a threat if they fail.
And that's the tell. That's what the guide focuses on. Tellers are trained to spot that behavioral leakage.
Right. The anxiety doesn't match the transaction. Are they glancing at the door a lot? Hands trembling?
Did they sound too rehearsed? Like they're reading lines? It's all part of it? And that's before you even get to the more sophisticated stuff.
You mean the synthetic identity fraud?
The Frankenstein identity. I couldn't believe this.
It's wild. You take a real social security number, maybe from a child, stitch it to a fake name, and you build credit for years.
And then when it's mature, you bust out, max out every line of credit all at once and vanish. To the system, they look real.
So the teller has to rely on the human flaws of the fraudster. But the guide flips that around too.
Oh yeah. The fraudsters are doing the same thing to the tellers. They exploit what's called truth bias.
Our desire to just believe people are telling the truth.
And authority bias.
Yeah.
The old, do you know who I am routine to get people to skip a protocol.
But the most tactical part was about timing. Organized rings hit branches around 3:00 p.m.
Decision fatigue. It's a real biological vulnerability. Think about it. By 3:00 p.m., that teller has made hundreds of little judgment calls.
Their cognitive resistance is just shot.
It is. So a well-rehearsed story or a slightly off check is much more likely to slip through.
And they pair that fatigue with creating urgency. My car is literally being towed right now.
It forces an emotional decision. But okay, let's get to the forensic stuff, because this is where it gets really clever.
The CSI part of the manual.
Yeah, like the drop test for a fake ID. So simple.
Okay, explain this. Modern IDs are made of polycarbonate.
Right, so if you drop a real ID on the counter, it makes a kind of tinny, sharp ping sound. A fake one, usually laminated plastic, just makes a dull thud.
You can literally hear the counterfeit.
You can. And for government checks, there's the bleeding ink test.
The Treasury seal.
Exactly. The black ink in that seal is designed to be reactive. You just wet your finger, swipe it, and the black ink should turn a reddish pink.
If it doesn't bleed, it's a fake. Just a laser print.
It's a simple chemical test right at your fingertips. Then you have check washing.
This one is lower tech. Criminals use chemicals like brake fluid or acetone.
Believe it or not, yeah. To dissolve the ink on a stolen check, but they leave the signature, then they write in a new payee and amount.
So how do you spot that?
The guide says to trust your other senses. You have to smell the check. Acetone has a faint odor that lingers, or you feel it.
Feel for fuzziness.
Right, the chemicals damage the paper fiber, so it feels different, almost like felt.
We have to talk about the most critical part, though. Protecting vulnerable people, especially seniors. The silver tsunami.
This is where the teller is the absolute last line of defense. The guide has a huge red flag they call the silent observer.
That's the new friend or nephew who suddenly appears with the senior.
And that person does all the talking. They hold the ID, they direct the withdrawal, while the actual account holder is just passive or looks confused.
So what's the intervention? You can't just accuse them.
You use the privacy tactic. You separate them. You just say, ma'am, for security, I just need you to step into my office for a moment to verify this signature.
You break the spell. You give the victim a safe space to talk, away from the handler.
Exactly. It just proves that for all the AI and all the algorithms, the human element is still the most powerful security tool we have.
A machine can read a pin. It can't see fear in someone's eyes.
Or smell brake fluid on a check. The teller is the sentinel.
They really are. Intelligence officers hiding in plain sight. So, next time you're in a branch, look around. Are you just seeing someone make a deposit?
Or are you witnessing a quiet forensic analysis in progress?